Hello, my name is Emily Barbara. This is my first video ever about books that I'm reading, or books in general. I love to read and I love to talk about books, and I love to hear what other people think about books that they're reading or have read. So I thought I would join in with all the other booktubers and start creating some videos on kind of my opinions and my thoughts on books. And if you want to follow along, that would be great. If you want to like and subscribe. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it. This is my April TBR, what I want to read in April video, my first ever one. I do want to point out that I do share this channel with my son, who sometimes makes videos that are not book related at all in any way. So if you see a video that's not book related, that's because it's not from me, it's my son. So my videos, I will always title them so that you'll be able to know it's about books and not something else. Okay, so let's get into it for April. I am currently in the middle of reading this book. Here's the cover. This is a book that I got like at an estate sale. It's called Wrecked, and it's by Carol Higgins Clark. This is the large print edition, and I also sell books on eBay. So as soon as I'm done reading a book, I will either donate it or sell it on eBay, just depending on what makes more sense. So this is listed for sale right now. I am not trying to sell this book to you. I'm just pointing it out. This is something I do. I love to buy books, so it makes sense for me to also try and sell them. So I just started this book. I'm actually in the middle of it. I have a ways to go. I'm about 100 pages in. It's going really fast though. I started it yesterday and was able to make it to 100 pages. So this is it's part of a series, Reagan Riley Mysteries. And so this is a mystery slash thriller is what I would call it. Maybe more mystery though. And so far, I'm actually really liking it. I wasn't sure what to think about this author. I've never heard of her before. But yeah, it's good. It's got definitely a little bit of suspense in there. You were met with a mystery, what the mystery is right off the bat. On the surface level, we think we're getting a book about, okay, this woman, we've got this ocean scene, right? She possibly drowned, or all we know is she's gone missing, and the last time she was seen was passed out on the beach, but no one can find her body. And on the surface, it's okay, she went missing, she probably is in the ocean now, and we're going to call the Coast Guard, but there's more to the story once you start getting into it. So yeah, this is really, really interesting so far, but I'll let you know at the end of the month whether I ended up liking it or not. So this is kind of a transitioning from March to April book. So that's the first book on the list. Okay, so then we have Flowers in the Rain by Rosamund Pilcher. I am a genre hopper, just so you know. I do like mystery and thriller are my favorite. I will also dabble into horror and contemporary and a little bit of everything. I just don't read a ton of fantasy unless it has time travel or something that I'm really into. This is contemporary. My mom used to absolutely love Rosamund Pilcher. She's no longer with us. And I started reading her Rosamund Pilcher, these books, after my mom passed away back in 2018. So this is a collection of short stories by Rosamund Pilcher. And I believe Rosamund Pilcher is no longer living either. So we're not going to get any new books from her. But I'm working my way through her books. And this has flowers all over it. I thought it would be a good springtime read. So far it is. And what I'm doing is every time I read a book, before I pick up my next book, I'm reading a story in here because these are all short stories. And so I think I've made it through like 3 or 4 stories so far. I started this in March. So I'll be continuing to read this in April, possibly May, just until I get done with it. I have quite a bit left. So this whole section here is what I have left to read. And some of these stories are really short, and some of them are a little bit longer. So I don't know how long it'll take me, but I would like to be done by May. So far I am enjoying it. But yeah, very contemporary, no mysteries in here. Okay. All right, next up. Okay, so I do go to a physical book club, and the book we're reading in April is this. Okay, Leonora in the Morning Light by Michaela? I don't know, Carter? I'm gonna have to ask how to pronounce her name because I'm gonna be meeting the author, which I think I'm gonna be meeting the author. What we're doing is, I live in Arizona. This is a local author. One of the people in our physical book club has arranged for us to later this month, later in April, we're gonna go to a bookstore, I believe, and there's a cafe. I think maybe they're close by or next door. We're gonna have lunch and we're gonna have our books signed by the author. I am so excited. It's gonna be a little bit of a road trip for me. I think the author lives about an hour or so away from me. So we've got carpools set up and everything. Like, I cannot wait to do this. So, but I know nothing about this author. I've never read anything from her. So I guess in my wrap up at the end of the month, I'll let you know more about this book. I'm going in blind. I do like to go in blind on books. So if you want to know more about this, we'll find out at the end of the month during my wrap up. But I believe this is contemporary. I could be wrong. If you want to look it up, here it is in close up. But yeah, I think it's contemporary. And it has something to do with World War II. So I hope it's not too sad, but I get it. If it is, I get it, because that was a scary, horrible time in history. So that is the one I think I'm most excited about, because this whole road trip we're doing and hopefully meeting the author and getting our book signed. Okay, so then I have two more here that I'm hoping to get to. I am not sure how many I will get to this month, but I would love to read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Last month in March, I think actually February, March, it was kind of an in-between, I read Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. I still haven't even gone to see the new movie that came out. Everyone's saying it's terrible though. But I loved Wuthering Heights. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. I would say it's a 4.5. It's close to being a 5 for me. I know the book gets mixed reviews, but Wuthering Heights was so good. Oh my goodness. I really, really enjoyed it, even though I had to look up a lot of words because the words that I didn't know what they mean. But everyone's basically insane in that book, and it's such a dramatic book. It just I just whipped right through it because of that. This book, so Emily Bronte's sister, Charlotte Bronte, wrote Jane Eyre. I don't know anything about this book. I know that it is beloved. So many people love Jane Eyre. So I thought, okay, I loved Wuthering Heights. I'm going to have to read Jane Eyre now. So this one, I'm also going in blind. I really don't know anything about it. I bought this edition on eBay. It has an introduction by Joyce Carol Oates. But yeah, I would love to get to this. I have a feeling it'll be late in the month. And I may not finish it in April. It may drag into May, just because I don't know how complex and how dense this the language will be in here for me. But yeah, I can't wait to read that one too. And then I thought I would include hopefully an easier read. If I do read Jane Eyre, I'm gonna need something a little, easier. So I think this is a thriller. It's called Sleeping Giants by Renee Denfeld. I believe I can't remember who it was. I watch a lot of booktubers. I believe someone else has this on their April TBR and is going to be reading it. So I'm very, very curious to see what other people think. But yeah, I think I picked this up. There was like a Staples in my area that was going out of business, and this was on like sale for a really, really good deal. So I went ahead and bought it. But yes, I'm pretty sure this is thriller, and the type is not tiny. So I think this, I have a guess this will be a quick read. And so yeah, that is it for physical books. I do have one audiobook that I for sure am going to get through this month. It's called Tales from the Cafe. It's part of a series. It's book 2 in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series by, this name is not easy for me to pronounce, Toshikazu Kawaguchi. So I don't do Audible. Well, I don't pay for Audible, but my husband does. So I bum a credit off of him every now and then. And so if he has credits, I will bum one off of him. And so I listened to Before the Coffee Gets Cold last month. So this month I'm listening to book 2. Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, I really enjoyed the first book. It is, I don't know what genre it would even be considered, but it has a ghost. I do like spooky. It is not a scary book. Okay, I just want to point that out. It is not scary. It's not meant to be horror, but it does have a ghost, and it has kind of a benign ghost. I would say kind of benign-ish. And then it has time travel, which I do. I really like time travel type of books. So it has time travel. It has a ghost. It has I would say contemporary-ish, but with these interesting elements going on. And it's really good. I'm curious how the series will progress, because the first book was basically 4 different stories that are kind of interconnected in some way to each other, but you don't know that until later in the book. So I'm wondering, are we going to be revisiting the same people, or are we going to have new characters? I don't know. I'm going to find out and let you know in my wrap up. So that's it. So I have one audiobook. Now, if any of my Libby books on audiobooks become available sooner, I will definitely listen to more books. But so far I have the one audiobook, and then I have 5 physical books. But that Rosamund Pilcher book, I only just read a short story in between books. So I really have 4 physical books. And then if I can get through Jane Eyre, I'll probably leave that to the end, and it may go into May. And then, yeah, that's about it. And then Rosamund Pilcher, that short story book will keep going through May probably, because it's my spring read. And then just the one audiobook for now. So what do you think about these books? What are you reading right now? What genres do you like to read? I'm really curious about that. Since I am a genre hopper, I really love to get book recommendations from other people, pretty much any genre. If you have a book recommendation, let me know. Or if you just want to tell me something about the books you're reading, that would be great. So I'm going to go, but I hope you have a great week and weekend. And bye.